Good morning, everyone. Okay, part 9. Chapter 9, part 5. We're still in raising children. And we'll see if we're going to get into a particular part of raising children. It is going to rain today. And I'm going to leave the crew in. That give our oldest one, a bit of a rest too. And I sometimes leave him in by himself, and no one's happy about that. There's no happiness to be had for these guys when they're separated from each other. Huh? And when they're all together, it seems like it's less likely that some get into trouble. It is as if when the old timer isn't with them, when the old timer isn't with them, things are out of balance. Oh, better and better. Yes, 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 yes. Like to see that. There you go, my boy. It's the hardest for you, right? When you guys have to stay in. Because he can't see over the stall wall, so he's in there all by himself. I could let him out, but he doesn't want to go out by himself. Well, in any case, when you have children, there's one thing I've heard, and it was in a good context. I can't say it was, kind of whatever. Learning how to be a parent, this and that, is that make sure that your children adjust to you. You do not need to adjust to them per se, right? That you can continue going on with your life. So, basically, that your child needs to fit into your lifestyle. I thought that was the weirdest thing I've ever heard. Then I thought, well, okay, I couldn't go with that. So I'll give one example on that, and then right? So your little baby that was just born, this and that, right? Has to sleep all by itself, often in a room too. Well, we got them little monitors, this and that, right? I mean, come on. So this little baby, who's just born, comes out of mommy's womb where it was nice and cozy and warm and oh my gosh, comes into a world where parents are told, no, you need to have a crib and put the child in there. No, you have to have, right, an extra room or this or that. What? Oh, preferably close the door. Right? Oh, we got the little monitors now. You can, I'm not getting that. Why would you do that? And then you, as husband and wife, go snuggle up with each other in the bed. Yet your child is alone? Has to sleep alone? Okay, sorry. Well, we didn't do that. We got us a huge bed. I mean, it was bigger than king size. And all of our children fit in it if they wanted to. And their beds were in our room as well for a long time, until they were about 2 years old. Then we had another room with bigger bed if they wanted to, right? But the doors always stayed open. There's no way doors would be good. I never used the monitor thing. My heart to mind as a mother was so in tune with my children that, man, they didn't have to start squawking, okay? I was already there, knowing, they're waking up, this and that. And then my youngest one, because she had these cat naps, she was going, gosh almighty, girl, can you take an hour at least or something? But she was always happy. There's no problem with that. Right? It's just, you learn to do everything while she was asleep. The others were already a little older playing the snap. You learn to do everything in 20 minutes. Right? Yeah. And then, of course, I had the carriers on the back, the carriers on the front, or just the bassinet that just carried everywhere along with me. As long as she could see me, she was a happy baby. Yeah. And there was no way of putting her, she's asleep now, I'm going to put her somewhere. I just had that bassinet right there until she was a certain age, right? Then, I fixed just something on the floor, right? Yeah, no problem. But my children were always around me, and that's how I liked it, yes. So, yes, I understand. People have to go to work, this and that. Well, I tell you what, there's one thing as parents one should really lobby for is wherever you work, especially in bigger corporations, even if you don't, that you can bring your children to work. Children should be the most important thing in our lives. They should be. To raise a child, even if both parents have to work, both parents have to get up in the morning. The one thing, all I can tell you is, that works the best. Okay, I was a stay-at-home mom most of the time. Yeah, I did go to work some too, okay? But I was a mainly 80% of the time stay-at-home mom. I loved it. I don't know why women out there are complaining about that. Or, if the dad stays home, mom goes to work, why a dad would complain, okay? I loved it. Oh my gosh, I had all the freedom in the world, right? Yes. Anyway, so there's that one part. But if both have to go to work, this, that, and you have to get everybody ready in the morning, blah, 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 then the better that works in the morning, okay? Get up early enough. Go to bed early enough. My children, even though I was a stay-at-home mom, I got them after dinner, which was around 6 o'clock. We got ready for bed. Yeah, sometimes it took a couple hours. I mean, we had story time. Then, of course, you think I escaped. I gotta go pee, Mom. I'm thirsty, Mom. I mean, I had all that going too, right? Going, okay, everybody good now? Because that's the last time, right? I'm going to stand right here now. Right? Well, as they got a little bit older, I was the one who fell asleep at story time. Because then our oldest one sometimes read the stories, or they knew the stories so well, all of them read the stories to me. Right? So here I'm going, and they're going, Mom, we're not done yet, right? Kind of thing. Okay. If you have children and you haven't found yet the balance on how to, get things done, either way how your life is, or to balance it, right? And then, of course, the best way is to do that with your husband or wife, right? Yes? And, where if there is some discrepancies with whatever one feels, gosh, nice that you're getting ready. I have to do everything else. Then you get a schedule started. Sit down, say, hey, and here's the way to start a conversation like that. I'm exhausted. I am so tired. Can we work something out where we kind of share some of the responsibilities? Yeah. And then be fair about it. Again, all you need to do, listen to your conscience, right? Yes. Okay. So there it is. So if you had hobbies before children and now your hobbies become more important than your children, you may not think so, but if you really look at the situation, you have to go, oh, yeah, that's not right. Children are the future. Really? Not according to the mottos we've got running in this country. Children are the most precious thing that we have. Really? Not according to the mottos that are running in this country, right? Yes? Anyways, I'm saying, look at if you have children, look at your priorities. You can do that as a single parent as well. I've seen single parents do a much better job when it came to raising their children or their child than a married couple. Oh, yeah. Just depends. Right? Yeah. Okay. So that's what I wanted to say. And again, start lobbying for certain things. Yeah. Hey, how about? Yeah. And some companies have that. They have a place where you can bring your children. They have good, skilled. They even have a little medical station, where if a child gets hurt or whatever, and you immediately can be, right? Yes. And you can watch your child even. Okay, is that a good thing while you're at work? Probably not. Right? So instead of monitoring your child while others are watching them, it's better to not do that. That's not. I don't think that's a good thing. That's not a good thing for the caretaker, right? And that's not a good thing for your employer and you, because your work will suffer under that. Now, some people may have that under better control than others. And the reason I'm saying that is that if you feel that you cannot entrust your child to a certain caretaker of your child, then don't do it. Go with that gut and say, nope, I'm gonna have to look for somewhere else. Or you put in a complaint, a concern. Yeah. So, but anyway, but otherwise, let them let you know. Okay? Let them let you know your child's crying right now. And I think if you can make 5-10 minutes to come down here and calm it down or this or that, right? Yes? I took my baby to work. She was still teeny tiny. I was cooking at a daycare. And I worked for about 6 months. And then I quit. Because it wasn't working anymore, right? Yes. So, I could have, they offered and going, no, my child's not going to be in daycare. That's not what I became a mother for. So my child then can go to daycare 5 days a week from 9 to 5 or something. Right? No. No, then I don't need to be a mother. Yeah. Oh, that's a bit harsh. No, it's not. Again, the most precious thing that you bring into this world, and how is it being treated? How is a child actually being treated? Yeah, a lot of parents need to kind of have a look at that. The other thing too, now if you need to tighten the belt in order to make that time for your children to be there, at least one parent at all times, until school age or I homeschool. 10 years. That was great too. I loved it. Then tighten that belt. Your children don't need all the stuff that they're getting. You're training them to need and want all that stuff. They're happy with just you being there with, some building blocks or some Legos or a drawing pad and some crayons until they get older. Then they can, they don't need all this stuff around them. It confuses them on which direction is a child going to go to develop in certain areas when there's so much stimulation around them with so many toys that mean nothing to them. The only reason it means anything to them is because they see it advertised on TV or something like that. It is so, look at adults on how they are enticed with that. Right, okay. Yes. And then a child is supposed to be less affected by that? Yeah. All right. I got to take care of my crew here. Oh, Manny, you want to look that up? Yeah, so one of the worst things. So as a parent, was I always immune to that? No, I wasn't. Oh, no. But I've got the experiences now. But now I'm going, oh my God, the Beanie Baby craze. Yeah. I and our children were a part of that. And today, when I look back, I have to say, oh my God. I was so sucked into that as a parent with my children. I was more sucked into it than they were. It was unreal. And so, I'm kind of said, don't, beware. Nobody told me. Yeah. Oh, but it's pretty phenomenal to me on how that works, how that happens. Here you go, boy. If you back up a little, I'll throw that in. Back up. Can you back up? There you go. This is about good for you here. Oh, don't want that in there. There you go. There, should be this. Yeah. So beware. So much money I could have saved there, and decided to waste it on some gimmick out there. And my children didn't need that. That wasn't what kept my children happy. Not at all. Okay, so beware of that. Kind of watch what your child really enjoys, and then get what. Yep. If your children just have a gazillion toys so that they're busy, so you don't have to do anything with them, exactly, right there. Yeah. All right. So, there's one more thing on that. I need scissors. Okay. And that is, so, if your child really watch out, Maddie, here it comes. If your child really misbehaves, then what to do? First of all, I have watched so many parents, their children, whine and go on, and I don't know what. And just, God Almighty, listen to what the kid needs or wants. And preferably do it somewhere where I don't have to listen to it. Jeez Louise. All that whining going on. Here, buddy, a little bit more. So, of course, when I'm out there somewhere, that's not my business. But when it's happening at my house, you betcha, I watch a little more, and then eventually I had it. And I would take the child aside, and I've done that with mine as well, and I'd go, okay, you need to stop what you're doing, okay? And I think that you need a quiet place right now. And I've had parents watching me do that. Oh, what you doing with my child, kind of blah, blah, blah. This is my house. And said, let's go over here. Of course, I watch too. Okay, what does the child actually need? Why, I know better than the parents what the kid needs by just watching them for about 30 minutes? Okay. It's very seldom that I don't have it right on and the child doesn't, Mom, there's somebody. Right? Usually go, oh, yeah. Right? And the one thing for a child, if you're the parent now, is to send them to the room, okay? Or a quiet place. And it's better not to be around them then, per se. Yeah, I've done that with my really young ones, and it works. You just have to be prepared that depending on how mad they are at you, they come up with some pretty interesting things to do. But it works. Sometimes a child just needs to be removed from it all, and sometimes it's just, and then say, come back out when you feel better. Then we'll talk about it. Right now, this isn't happening. Then another thing, if children fight over a toy, even though there's plenty of toys everywhere, then that toy needs to be taken away and put up. Okay? What I would do is, I had this, okay guys, I need to have that, thank you very much. It's going on vacation. Until you guys know how to behave with each other when it comes to asking to have something to play, or waiting to play with something. It's not that hard to do if you make the time. If you truly want to raise your children according to a good standard and be able to function properly in society with others. Right? Yeah. Anywho. Your children most likely will, even if not everything is super hunky-dory, will be much more productive, per se happy, young adults and adults. Yeah. But you got to make the time for them. If you can never get your child out of the whining stage, just hanging on to you, this and that, then they most likely, they're going to keep doing that into being teenagers. Then they get just sullen. They don't whine anymore. They just get sullen all the time. They hate everything. Right? And then when they become adults, they fall back into their, toddler stage, and probably done this all through to, I don't know. I've seen kids whining 10 years old. And, it's embarrassing. It's got to be embarrassing for the parents. I was embarrassed for them. Oh, my God. Ugh. Give me that child for a week or two. And I had them here like that before, too. Sometimes it takes one day to get a child to just, at least where I was at, to behave, right? Where I enjoy being around it, listening to this and that. What they do after they leave, things aren't fixed in one day. But once they get adults, guess what? They fall right back into that stage of whining and complaining, right? And if you ask us, why are you complaining and whining? They don't know. Just as a child often doesn't know, really. Once it's become a habit. Yes. Okay. You can avoid that by being with your children, caring for your children, and love having them run around your legs and between your legs and, and giggling and and mom's kind of the center of all the fun and joy. Or dad, right? Yes? If you don't have that in your family with your children, then give it a try. Yeah, most likely you will have to put that cell phone somewhere in a drawer, and go through some withdrawals, but you might just enjoy it as much as I did. Yes. Okay, next, we need to clean out the stove. Oh, water too. So this is raising children in the physical. Again, if, depending on what child you have, just read up on it. And also, remember, no child is exactly alike. Some of the things going out there and how children are diagnosed out there, I'm sorry to tell you all, I don't believe it. Okay? I really don't. And it's most likely a side effect of you not raising your child according to the gifts your child has, is already developing. The character, the personality, on the side of goodness, your child is. There is no good in a child biting someone or hitting, right, at a young age. Again, where does that come from? Where are they learning that? That is not part of their original nature. Okay? Yeah. So, there it is. There are books, there's so much help out there. In a way, there is. I have to tell you, I had to learn a lot of things myself. For example, yeah, you know why breastfeeding isn't a fun thing? Because suddenly Christina had teeth from 3 months old. Started getting teeth. And, how do you teach a 3-month-old? Don't. So, I was told, just give him a flick or something. What? But that hurts. Why would I do that? Well, then they start crying. I let go. Oh, I hated that. But at the same time, what do you do? Well, as a young mom, didn't know. So I asked my mentor. She said, this is very simple. I said, well, if she starts doing that, and they do that sometimes, just, right? They already play with you. Just to them, it's not, right? They're getting a reaction out of you, right? Yes? Playing while laying down. So she said, just have that finger ready, right? And as soon as you feel she clamps down, just gently go in on the side of her mouth, and she'll have to let go immediately. Right? It worked like a charm. I mean, it really did. And there it was. Right? Nobody got hurt. Right? It wasn't this, oh my gosh, I can't do this anymore. Right? Yeah. Yeah, see? Simple little things to help us mothers along, to keep doing what's best for our child. Right? Yes. So ask, right? Rather than just quit. Right? Ask. Rather than just quit. There'll be someone around you that will have the answer for you, that you will be comfortable with. Yeah, you have to be comfortable with the answer. Huh? All right, next thing. Okay, so this was that part. Raising, we're going to have a split part today. Raising children in the physical world. And of course, there's so much more when it comes to that. Yeah. So, I came across something. People think that, I guess it's the majority of the people, assume that when you go to spirit world, this and that, well then it's all kind of over and you're just there. Yeah, that'd be nice, no doubt. But that's not quite how it works. You raise your children, you still raise them in spirit world. Okay, well how does that work? I don't have to feed them anymore or put clothes on them. Okay. Now again, I want you to, as a parent, if you have a child in spirit world, I want you to think, okay, besides being able to raise my children here in the physical, where else was I not able to raise my child? In what other area? Ask yourself. Then what do you come up with? Yes, of course. In the realm of heart. In the area of heart. Oh, but spirit world's doing all that, right? No. What makes you think that? Huh? Okay. All right then. I must assume, if you assume that, you are a very conditional parent. Buddy, can you move a little? Let me get the rest of this out. You know how I am. I like it all cleaned up. Okay. Yeah. So, I'll just, I'll give you an example I just had. In our house, there's been something going on. And I've been made aware of people's times of passing. Okay, I have a hard time just remembering everybody's birthdays, all right? My children, and that's about it. Everyone else, forgive me, and throughout all the whole year, everyone that I know out there, this night, happy birthday. Okay? Good? All right. So, my grandchildren. I just about have them down. I know, my daughters must be thinking, Mom's just, God almighty, come on, Mom. It's the grandkids. So, then now I'm supposed to remember who passed away when? I don't know, you're not coming out here. Yeah, that ain't gonna happen. That definitely isn't going to happen. And it's I guess because I have this connection with spirit world, to me they're not gone. They're just somewhere else. But right now, I can actually have pretty good give and take with, if I decide to do so. You know, it's a job too, trying to balance out. You're not coming out. Come on, man. You're trying to escape. Balance these two worlds that you work in. So I noticed. So I don't pay attention to. Oh, so and so passed away today. Yeah, no, not happening. And I kept seeing things about people passed away, and they have their death anniversary, and then there's some people who have that like a birthday and have, something a little going and all that. And I went, is that? So I asked someone, and well, I'm not sure, this, that. Then it came up again. I'm going, this is about the third time I've seen the same person having a death anniversary. It seems like every time a different day. Okay. So that kept on going on. Then I got one. Oh. Today it is. And in my house, there has been something going on that I wanted to, it was breaking the rules that I have, okay, for spirit visitation and this and that. But at the same time, it wasn't destructive or anything, so I didn't feel that way, but it's definitely noticeable. And so I didn't just want to drive it away or lock it out okay. All right, something's going on. Let me see. And I notice too when I do my prayers, there's someone constantly hanging around. And it doesn't feel like an authority figure from the spirit world. More like, you noticing me yet? This night I got a problem. So, Charlie, would you mind? Can you just move a little bit more? Okay, sorry to bother you while you're eating. So I saw another passing of a spirit. And that spirit, sometimes people do that. Actually, you could do that too if you wanted to. Okay, you have to have the blessing first. I talk about this enough times. And you can marry a son or a daughter to someone else, preferably that you know, on the earth plane that also has a son or daughter in spirit world. And they can become a couple in spirit world and receive the blessing. Well, that's weird, is it? Think about it. If you have a child in spirit world, what did they all miss? And what could you as a parent here still make possible for them? Well, but God, no, that will do that there. No, it doesn't work that way, my dear people. It really does not work that way. We are the parents of our children here on earth or passed away. As the ones creating, who creates our children's environment here? Well, if you're a good parent taking responsibility, this now, who is that? Right. What does God do here on earth for us as parents to raise our children? What environment has He created? Oh, now we're getting somewhere, aren't we? Why does He do that? Right? So, if they're thinking of people here, well, once they've passed on, they're not our problem anymore, or a business, or our responsibility, well, then why does God care about us here? With His deep love and grace and mercy and I don't know what. Huh? Or Jesus. Why do you guys all pray to Jesus then? Asking for this and that and I don't know what and be safe. Why? You got it all under control here because you... a lot of people think everything's under control there. Oh, but that is... No. This here is created in the image of God, in the image of the cosmos. You see? Yeah. So, if your child, okay, to go on with that, that's just to explain, right? Why? As parents here still on earth, even if you have your husband or your wife's already passed away, you're still here. You know you have a child in spirit world, doesn't have a wife or a husband. Then, why not say, hey, let's see if there's another parent that we know has lost a child that we could match up with our child in spirit world. If they have reached, of course, a certain age, if they're going to spirit world as a baby, you're going to have to wait a little bit, okay? Well, anyway. Why not? Does that sound so? No. Okay. Ah. All right. Buddy, you made a super mess in here. Here. Can you? No, okay. Where's this? So, I couldn't figure out who the spirit was. It's not, this isn't something that you just, okay. If you have a visitation of your child, your husband or your wife, you will know. There will be things happening that you know, oh, okay. I, as an outside person sometimes, being asked for help, have to wait a little longer. So I got this anniversary of a death date of his spirit, and he had already been blessed to another spirit that had passed away, and they were marriageable age. Oh, he definitely is. Not sure when she passed away, but she passed away at the marriageable age per se already too. So, as I talking to one of the brothers here in Spirit World, I suddenly, there was, okay, all right, let's talk about this, now let's talk about that, and then suddenly I'm realizing, hey, wait a minute, I got it. I saw the pictures of the two separated from each other. Now, how do people take a wedding picture? Okay, how do you hang it on the wall? Okay, well, when it comes to unity and togetherness, that's not different in spirit world than it is here. Right? Physical, spiritual, unity, that. So, I'm going, oh, I know what the problem is. They're not, even though they were blessed as a married couple, this, that, spirit, they're not together. I'm going, why are they not together? Well, did anybody make the effort for them to meet? Like the parents sitting down and saying, okay, let's raise their spirit, right? Through our connection to each other, so they become aware of each other and then can get to know each other through us, physical to spiritual. Yeah, see? Okay. Is that difficult to understand? I guess it is. So, when you have a child, okay, that's in that case. So now I know exactly what I need to do. I don't have any connection to either of these parents. I have a connection to the one spirit, per se. And that's a long-standing relationship, per se. Again, why did I tell the whole story here? What told? And, so, yeah. So how do I do that now? I will with the, oddly again, there's always a reason why you do certain things. I started these prayers with thoughts, with this prayer book, and I'm going to specifically invite them to be a part of that. Share their thoughts together, right? Yes? So then in that way, when they share their thoughts individually, they can find out a little bit who the other one is. You see? So through this prayer with thought, I'm creating a dating base for them. In the spirit world. Does that make sense? Crazy Daniela. Well, call me what you want. I have to follow the call. I can't be bogged down by people here. I want those two to be happy together. Okay, so, and here's the thing. No, one can always go with that one. If it won't do no good and I'm just a crazy old lady, then it won't hurt neither, will it? Okay, you see? Yes. Anywho. So there it is. Did I give him some already? He doesn't need none. Yep. Okay. Water. Woo. So, here's the other thing too, with all that. There is another message I'm going to have to give to parents, to the ones remaining here, if they care about their children, again, right? No different than physical parents here with their physical children, or parents here in the physical with their spiritual children. Are they going to give it a hoot? I don't know. But I will deliver the message that I got. You as families need to sit together whenever you can, once a week, once a month, and read the Divine Principle together and raise up your son and daughter. Ta-da! Right? Are they going to do it? I don't know. I know if they don't, then I will take on the responsibility as an adoptive parent. Oh, wait a second. Isn't that what's happening here on earth as well? Right. Okay. Yes. Of course, the ones that are never claimed become part of the government in heaven. We could talk about that too. Of course, it's a good government. Okay. It's interesting on how even children who are adopted into really amazing families, this and that, eventually they have this longing and yearning to know, right? Yeah, it's the same in spirit world, actually. Yeah, okay. All right, that is the same. Some things are different. But when it comes to the language of the heart, things very much are the same. All right, not all of it now, but a lot of it is. Water. Gotta hang this up. That's what I wanted to share today. If you have a child that's gone to spirit world, right? Yes? All right? Okay, well, how can I start out? If you love to sing, sing them a song every day. Okay? A nice song. Sing them a song every day. A song that you can say, that lifts my heart and mind. That lifts my spirit. If it lifts your spirit, then guess what? It will lift your child's spirit. Yes? In spirit world. You may have a favorite book. If the book lifts your spirit, has grown you as a person, then read that book chapter by chapter and page by page, however long, and talk about it. Even if you can't even feel it or see or whatever, that you're a child in spirit world that you want to help raise up now in spirit world. If you will give that a try, don't worry. Suddenly it will happen. And you will know, oh my gosh, my child's actually really here. We're doing this together. We're raising our spirits together. It's a beautiful thing to do. Absolutely beautiful. And then the grief, the despair, the pain of losing a child. It's like a rebirth for parents who have to go through that, and then the child in spirit world as well. Okay? Yes. Yeah. It's a beautiful thing. Yeah. All right. If you think about it, it is a beautiful thing. And then, of course, you can read the Bible to them. They'll have a lot to say about that, though. So beware. Your conscience will, no doubtedly, come forward and say, okay, that's not right about this or that. You're going to have to, how do you understand that? And then you let them as well. You just let the thoughts come. Right? If you're, don't be stubborn about it. Right? Yes. Okay. Well, anyway, that's it for today. My leg is making some noise. And it's making some noise so that I don't forget what I still need to do today. Oh, they're hurting it. No, that's just a reminder. They know me better than I know myself. God's love and blessings always. Now, we'll talk to you all another time. This is Chapter 9, they won't let me put a title on again on YouTube. Must have said something again. Chapter 9, Part 5. 6. 5. 6. Then we'll go with 6. 5, 6. Raising children in the physical and the spiritual world. God's love and blessings always. Now we'll talk to y'all another time.